when I had to say to myself, girl, you were fighting for whatever you're going through right now with this. And it's a fight. Don't let nobody tell you that on this weight loss journey, it's not a fight. It is a fight. And so I had to tell myself today, you're worth fighting for. And that means fighting against my mindset, fighting against my complacency, fighting against my comfort zone. Because I can get in my comfort zone, and I'm going to tell you, some days I'm like, I don't feel like it today. I'm just done. I'm done. I don't want to do it. Hello. This is Lifestyle for Living. I want to come on and give really like a week 15 going into week 16 update. I actually was not able to jump back in really as quickly as I thought to give you the update on what happened after I did my first injection in the arm. I mentioned in that video that I actually was changing locations because I have not been seeing as much of a weight loss with this Wegovy. I have been doing the Wegovy 0.25, and then I went up to the 0.5, then I went back down to the 0.25, then I came back on to the 0.5, and I really had not been seeing as much as I would have thought. And honestly, you know, we all know this is a tool. It's not the cure. We actually have to implement those things that'll help us get down the line. And you know, really and truly, a lot of with the Wegovy, the semaglutide version of it, is to give us more of that appetite suppressant, to really kind of maybe suppress the food noise. And I will tell you, as I mentioned in my other video, on that 0.25, I felt like I could eat whatever I wanted to eat. It was not really suppressing my appetite. On the 0.5, before I got sick, yes, I felt a little more suppression, but you know what? I went back down to the 0.25, and then when I went back up to the 0.5 with what I had left, I can honestly say it was like there, but it wasn't really there, right? I really had to really make up my mind and put my mind to the fact that, hey, I gotta do what I need to do in order to get this weight to come down. But another thing that I want to talk about is, you know, we can have what they call set weights, and then it's also contingent on what you're doing, how you're eating. I think I mentioned in one of my videos how I had to change up my eating because I was so used to eating once a day that my body, when I was like, oh, I'm eating once a day, I wasn't getting enough calories. I wasn't getting enough protein. I definitely wasn't getting enough fiber. So I had to actually shake my meals up a little bit, where I actually had to increase the number of times that I was eating a day. We all hear about autophagy and how you not eating and intermittent fasting can help, but this is when I have to say you have to figure out what works best for you. Because a lot of us are on this journey, and yes, we're sharing our journey with you, and we're telling you the different things that we're doing in our journey. You really got to learn what fits your mold, what's going to fit your body, and most importantly, what is sustainable. I think that's the key factor. I will say with this update, even though I'm doing a group update for the last 2 weeks, I have been seeing the scale move down, and then I've seen the scale move up, and then I see the scale move down again, and I'm like, this is driving me nuts. But that's why you can't be relying solely on the scale. You got to really look at totally, how do you feel? What are your clothes fitting like? How does your body feel? I work out. I do burn boot camp. I said that 100 times probably, but I do weight training that's kind of combined with cardio. So while I'm not seeing the scale fluctuate maybe in my mind as quickly as I think it should, I have to honestly say I feel good. And I have to honestly say my clothes are fitting me a lot better. In fact, on my channel, I'm going to start doing a little more fashion because, you know, I will tell you, when I was in that mode of where I was with the weight and I was like 30 pounds heavier, I was dressing kind of like floppy, flumpy, whatever you want to call it. And I'm trying to do better. I'm like, hey, you feel better when you look better, meaning when you take care of yourself. And another thing that I'm trying to do now is take better care of myself. I'm over 50, so I need to take better care of my skin. I need to take better care of not just the internal, meaning by what I'm eating, but I need to take better care of the external. So I'm going to take you on some of that with me as well. So the quick updates is totally, I have lost a total of, I want to say 9.5 pounds. And honestly, for some people, they'd be like, okay, what you been doing? Because there's no way you've been taking this Wegovy and you've only lost 9 pounds. Well, guess what? I'm a slow responder to it. And me and the doctor were talking about it, and I was like, I don't know. I can't figure out what I'm potentially doing wrong. And she was like, it's not necessarily that you're doing anything wrong. Everybody doesn't have the same response on the drug. And I'm grateful for you guys commenting, and please continue to do so, because it's very encouraging for me. You know, I have some people who say, oh yeah, I lost like X number of pounds the first week. And then I had some people say, hey, I'm in the same boat with you. I have not lost as much weight. But one of the things I want to talk about is that, hey, this is when you have to say, I'm not going to quit. And I had to tell myself that, don't quit. And I had to say to myself, okay, should I do like I did before? Meaning I did Mounjaro for 3 months and I lost 21 pounds doing it. I came off the Mounjaro, I was able to continue to lose, but then I got to a point where I wasn't losing anymore. And I really wanted to try to reduce my A1C numbers. And I was like, okay, I need some more. I need the tool again. You know what I mean? It's like one of those situations saying it's the tool versus the cure. It's almost like, I like to use it in saying that it's a tool. It's like you trying to hammer a nail in with your hand when you can actually get a hammer. So that's how I see with those of us who are taking either semaglutide or tirzepatide medications is, hey, some people might try to say, oh, you could do it on your own, you don't need it. But I'm like, why should I hammer with my hand when I can get a hammer? So that's what I'm doing, and that's what we're doing with taking these type of drugs. I even had a commenter say, oh, you're cheating. I was like, okay, well, if I'm cheating, then why isn't my weight coming down like I thought it would come down? And why isn't it coming down as quickly? But I want to say the exciting news is, for me, I'm happier. And I think that's where you have to say the confidence of knowing what your purpose and your reason is. And then I had to say to myself, don't quit. Don't quit. Because yes, when you're looking at that scale, if that's the only thing that you're looking at, and if that's the only thing that you're going by, it does get a little discouraging. And you do get to the point where you're like, why am I even spending this money? Let's not even go into that, right? I happen to be a blessed person because my insurance does cover weight loss medication. Now, it would not cover the Zepbound for me because they said that I had to actually try the Wegovy and Saxenda before they would actually cover the actual Zepbound. But one of the things that I had to say in looking at all this, and even with seeing the thousands of people who are paying out of pocket, my sister, I'll use her as an example. She's been on Zepbound now for 5 months. And like me, she's not seeing the rapid weight loss even on the Zepbound. And it could be just something in our system and our genetics, right? But I told her, you know, she still lost over 30 something pounds. And she's like, but I'm paying $550 a month. And I expected this thing to show that I was going to be losing a lot quicker. And I told her, I said, no, girl, just stick with it. Don't quit. Because the goal overall for all of us, it's not about the cosmetics of the weight loss. I can't speak for everybody, but I can say for the majority. Most of us are doing this because we want to be healthier. We want to live life to the fullest. If you're like me and I'm over 50, so I'm already at the point in my life where I'm like, hey, I want to be able to exercise still when I'm in my 60s and 70s. I want to be able to walk on long distances. If I want to walk, I play golf. So I want to still be able to play golf. When my son decides to have a child, I want to still be able to, you know, be the grandma that's out there doing stuff. And honestly, because I travel so much, when I see people in the airport who can barely walk or barely make it because of different situations of health reasons, that is what's pushing me. I'm going to tell you right now, that's what's keeping me moving. That's what keep me saying, hey, fight, fight, fight. I mean, that's why I have to keep constantly telling myself, fight, don't quit. So for those of you who may be out there who are not seeing that rapid weight loss, like you see some people, first of all, rapid weight loss is not what you really want. Because with rapid weight loss, that's when you're going to get the extra skin, maybe being the extra loose skin taking place. That's when you can get what they call the Ozempic face and all of that. I mean, I was even checking out my face. I'm like, oh, okay, I do see I'm losing in my face. And am I seeing some kind of indentures or stuff? So that's another reason why right now I'm kind of like cool with the weight loss. I'm cool with it coming off slow. I'm cool that it's taking a little longer than I would have anticipated. But I'm also trying to implement those things that are helping me, that are making me move forward to keep this process going. And I will say, yes, for me, I do get discouraged from time to time. You know, it's easy to get on a channel and show the hype and say, oh yeah, I'm in it, I'm down, this is good, da 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 da. But real life is those days when you get on that scale and you felt like you've been doing everything you could do and you did everything right and the scale didn't move. And then you got to go to this reset of your mind to say, man, what happened? What did I do wrong? Did I eat something wrong? I'm fighting with, am I not drinking enough water? Which I know I can increase my water. I'm like, will that help? So I want to invite you to go with me. This is the 1st of September. I want to invite you to do a 30-day challenge. Pick one thing, maybe two things that you want to do consistently for 30 days. I'm going to start with, I want to drink more water consistently for 30 days. That may seem simple, but that's a commitment that I got to make. Okay, do this for 30 days consistently. Drink more water. Make yourself drink more water. And I don't know, for some people, we can start stuff and we start out strong. We like, got it. But sometimes you kind of get off track. And then, like I said, if you get on the scale and you don't see that the weight is coming off as readily as you want, you kind of get distracted by it. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, this water thing, I've been drinking it straight for 7 days and it's not doing anything. No, consistency is the key. So again, for my week 14, 15, and I guess going into 16 update, I'm still losing weight, but not as readily as I would like. But I'm also reminding myself to stay encouraged. I heard something say today, and it was encourage yourself. Because even when nobody else is encouraging you to keep moving and doing what you need to do, and I just want to say, let me encourage you right while you're watching me. I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. But sometimes we have to just dig deep in ourselves and say, I got to encourage myself to keep going. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to fight. I'm going to push. I'm going to go beyond what my mindset or my emotions are telling me. Because the optimum goal is to be healthier, to live a fuller life. I always say life is too short not to live, and we have to let go of those things that make us stop. But I just want you to know that you're not alone. Be encouraged. Don't quit. Don't give up. And keep fighting like I am. And that's, it's encouraging for me when other people come to me and say, hey, you're still doing good. You still look good. Keep going. So I want to tell you today, you're doing good. Don't quit. Stay encouraged. That's why I say put comments in the comment section. Because look, yes, this is a personal journey. And yes, we all have our own personal reasons. But in the end, we make a better community and a society if we feel better, if we think of ourselves as doing better. I don't know how this is coming across, but it's just something that I really feel. And I made a note to myself because I was thinking about something when I was coming from church today, and I said to myself, it's worth fighting for. When I thought about that, when I had to say to myself, girl, you were fighting for whatever you're going through right now with this. And it's a fight. Don't let nobody tell you that on this weight loss journey, it's not a fight. It is a fight. And so I had to tell myself today, you're worth fighting for. And that means fighting against my mindset, fighting against my complacency, fighting against my comfort zone, because I can get in my comfort zone, and I'm gonna tell you, some days I'm like, I don't feel like it today. I'm just done. I'm done. I don't want to do it. And then because I know I am a stress eater, when I get under stress, I'm like, I want more to eat. I need something good to eat. And then that's why I had to say to myself, girl, you were fighting for it. It's so much deeper than this. And you know, that's another thing that came and said, it's so much deeper than this. It's so much deeper than, oh, I just want the size to come down. It's so much deeper because the deepness of it is, I want to be healthier. I don't want to have the high cholesterol. I don't want my blood pressure to become elevated. I don't want to not be able to have that, to be able to move because inflammation is in my body. That's why it's so much deeper than this. It's so much deeper than just the outward appearance. And you know, sometimes when I look at other videos and different things, and I'm like, oh God, they look so good. They did this, this, and this. But you know, I have to realize it's deeper than this. It's deeper than just the outward appearance. It's a lot deeper. And when you realize that, that's something good. And then I had to say to myself, the place that I'm at right now in my life, in this weight loss journey, is not my final destination. I have so much greater to offer. I have so much more life to live. My life is not over. Oh, you know, some people say, oh, why are you doing this? You know, you're at the point where you should be ready to lay it down. No, I'm ready to live my best life. I don't know about anybody else, but I am ready to live my best life. And if that means fighting to get through this part of my journey, which is getting this weight off of me so that I can no longer have high A1C numbers, and I can lower and not be a diabetic, because I'm a pre-diabetic and I don't want to be a diabetic. So this is where this journey even started out. And I'm going to show you a picture of what I looked like a year ago. And when I see what I look like today, I'm like, thank God. Thank God I started this journey. And even though it's not going as rapid as I wanted it to, I'm still blessed. I'm still in a good place. And that's what I want to tell you is, even though the race may seem like it's going a lot slower for you than others, it's worth it. It's very much worth it. And when you look at yourself a year from now, you're going to be like, I did it. I'm glad I did it. So again, I want to thank you. If you haven't done so already, go ahead, like and subscribe. I'm taking you on this weight loss journey with me. This might have been all over the place today. I had somebody say, just get to the point. Well, the point was, hey, don't quit. Don't give up. Continue to fight. It's so much deeper than this, and you're worth it. You are so worth it. So thank you again for watching. And remember, like I say all the time, life is too short not to live. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to let go of those things that are making us stop. And even that scale, if we need to let that scale go for a little while, we might have to say, let that scale go for 30 days. You know what I mean? I might even have to go run with that and say, okay, girl, do not get on that scale for 30 days. But I just want to thank you again for following me. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. It's encouraging to me to be encouraging to others, and I just want you to just know that you're not alone. You're not in this by yourself. There are other people out there like me who are sharing their journey, and if it gives you some encouragement, I am so grateful that I am here to give you what I'm going through. So I'll talk to you later.